All right, so yeah,
in one.
so according to your picture, so the first eight station, and like for example, in marathons you have eight stations, about 5 kilometers or 3 kilometers, depending on
every
whatever the race is, right?
every two
So
and a half.
this, all right, so this one you're saying that your first aid station was at Blanket Bay at 22 kilometers. So
Yeah.
so for about 22 kilometers, you don't have contact with any human beings. Is that correct?
Basically, so when I said everybody crossed me, I was the last one. So up until 22K, I had crossed about. I kind of like that as well. So I was like, how many people can I cross? So up until 22K, I crossed about six people. But yeah, you don't really see anybody. You say hi and you cross them and you go on your way. You're not really having a conversation or a chat. Phones are barely working, but you carry all your nutrition and everything. So
Yeah.
for it's just you by yourself in the nature in the wild.
Oh, absolutely. That's insane. And so while I mean, yeah, so marathon is fine, right? Like you have people who listen to music or podcasts or anything, but what's happening during this like 5K, 10K intervals? What are you doing? What are you thinking about?
Between each checkpoints.
Yeah, I mean, generally, like between each checkpoints or just generally, are you
So
just
the
enjoying the scenery or yeah?
Yeah, I'm just trying to be as present as I can be. I'm enjoying the
Hmm.
scenery. I was carrying my earphones, but I didn't put them on throughout the 15 hours. Not
No
didn't listen.
way.
Yeah, I didn't listen to any music. Didn't listen to any podcast. Nothing.
You
I didn't
raw
even.
dogged it.
Yeah, I raw dogged the whole thing.
Oh,
So yeah, I was just being with nature, being present. And enjoying it as much as I can. I wasn't thinking too much of the 100K. I was just thinking, how do I get to the first checkpoint and then the second checkpoint and then the third checkpoint? Obviously, this was only the beginning. So I was feeling fine. I was feeling good. I was running most parts. Bear in mind, a lot of the inclines and the declines were very steep. So you can't really run on them, even
correct.
on
Yeah.
decline. Declines can be very, very, exhausting for the legs
And,
as well.
and this stop and go also really like messes with your momentum and your
It
leg
does.
muscles as well, and you're like then you have to because like you said, you're just stepping down or stepping up, and then you have to start your legs again to make them run or just jog. So it's kind of like frustrating.
Yeah, it's hard to find a rhythm in such a setting because you're constantly adjusting your speed. You're constantly, uh, you know, um, trying to be aware of where you're putting your foot. Because the terrain was not flat at all. There was rocks everywhere, so you have to be mindful. We went through a lot of mud and dirty water and crossed rivers and stuff,
Mhm.
so we were all wet and sandy.
So so just from my understanding, like of course you're passing through beaches and everything, but can we say that you were inside the forest or I
Yeah,
don't know what to call it properly, like a jungle, and then
yeah.
like a proper like I mean away from, let me just put it this way, like any town or
Oh,
civilization,
yeah.
like
Pretty.
where it's sort of like untouched by human interference.
So this trail is one of the most popular in Australia. It runs for about 110 kilometers or so. It's called the Great Ocean Walk. So the trail itself is, I mean, you would see people here and there, but when we
Yeah.
started 5 a.m., so nobody was there. In the afternoon, towards like midday, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., you would see some small people doing tours on certain parts of it.
I
But
see. Yeah.
usually, what people do is this is a 1 week trek. So people
A
start,
1 week trek.
yeah, people spend a week doing it. It takes
They
them a week.
camp, they go, they do 10 kilometers. I see. Yo, that is insane.
Yeah.
All right, I think let's jump into the part I think where people would be very interested to see is how you describe you saw kangaroos, koalas, and yeah, tell us what you saw.
Oh, I saw so many things, man. There was kangaroos pretty much everywhere. Koalas. I could hear. I didn't.
You're good thing you know how to box.
Yeah, kangaroos are not really harmful. They don't really threaten you or anything. Koalas are same. Snakes is what I was scared of,
Yeah.
and at times I could see because throughout these tracks can at points be like this thin. You can't even walk in straight. You have to go sideways,
Oh
right?
shit.
And on the right, on the left, it's all bushes and bushes, and it's in the wild. So there's
Yeah.
God knows thousands of kinds of animals and whatnot. But
Oh,
I,
sorry. Let me just ask you one thing. So these passages, did you cross them during daytime or nighttime?
Both throughout is like that. It's like a single trail, small trail that goes here
Yeah.
and there, up and
Dude,
down.
that is insane. I mean, I can imagine like you have some sort of visibility during the day, but during the nighttime only with your headlight and because a lot of animals are nocturnal, right? So, bro, that is insane.
Yeah, during the night, these guys don't usually come out, and we started at 5 a.m. So by 6:30, we had light. So I put off my headlight. It was my first time running with a headlight, so that was definitely weird. I wasn't used to it. You're carrying weight on your head when it's
Yeah.
moving and blah blah blah. But uh, yeah, that light is sufficient enough for you to see. These are strong lights. But yeah, we had regulation. We were supposed to carry two sets of headlights. That's just part of the
Yeah.
gear we had to carry. It was mandatory, of course, for obvious reasons. But uh, yeah, man, at no point, only the starting half K or something was on the road, and then we went into
Yeah,
the.
I could see like you're starting in a town or something. There's
Yeah,
there's like a proper road which leads
yeah,
into the trail.
exactly, exactly. But yeah, I also saw all these. I saw a lot of. At times, I would like because I was running in sand as well. A lot of times, my shoes
Yeah.
kept filling up with sand, so I would stop and sit and take out sand out of my shoes and put them back on and start running again. So a lot of ants, these red ants, like they're really,
Bro, those are
really
the
good.
bullet ants. Yeah, they
Yeah,
sting. They have a little bit of venom in them.
yeah. I don't know if they were venomous, but they definitely looked like if I got stung by them, it'd be really painful. But anyway, I saw
Yeah.
a lot of those trying to get them off as well. I was wearing these two bands that work as mosquito repellents. They have
Okay,
this smell.
smart.
So for the most part, I didn't have any mosquitoes come at me, but there were definitely a lot of mosquitoes. I could at times, I'd be walking and I can hear snakes. I can't say with 100% certainty if it was a snake, but as soon as I would hear one, I start running. Right? Uh, yeah. Uh, that happened a few times, and this one time I was just running casually,
Yeah.
and I saw this massive lizard. It was a big, like
Oh
this big,
shit.
easily this big. I have a picture as well. Maybe I'll send it here, and we can show the viewers. But this big lizard. So I'm running, and I see a big lizard, and I stopped. I'm like, what do I do here?
It's like in your path.
He's literally in the middle of the path, and it's not a big path. Like if you were to
Yeah.
go, you got to go over it,
Yeah.
right?
Woo!
So, and it was a big lizard, like really big, not the
Yeah.
ones you see in your houses,
Yeah.
fat as well. Anyway, I
What
stopped
color?
and
What color? What color?
it was like off-white, brownish.
Okay, okay, okay.
Anyway, I stopped for about half a minute or so. I'm thinking, what the hell should I do here? So then I start throwing shit at it. I take small pieces of rocks. So it moves, right? It's not
Yeah.
moving. I hit the ground so hard because the ground had a lot of dust. The dust went
Yeah.
and hit the lizard really hard.
Yeah.
Still didn't move. I'm like, what the hell do I do? Eventually, I just ran over it. I didn't take it, and I went and I looked back, and that guy was still there, didn't move,
Yeah, I
unbothered.
think it was hibernating or something. God damn.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But I've growing up, I've definitely someone been who's been scared of these things. But
Yo, my mom is also scared. Like my mom is scared of like the lizard of this size. So I can imagine if she saw
my
something
brother,
like this. Yeah.
my brother and sister, they're the same. They won't step into the house if a lizard's there.
Yeah, I think it's like thing about lizard is that they're just like creepy. They're just eerie, like their texture and how they move the slithering part.
Yeah,
Not like dangerous or anything, but it's just like, ugh, it's just eerie.
yeah, yeah.
Anyways,
Because there's definitely this was a big concern, and they did a big briefing on it the day before for us.
uh-huh.
There is venomous snakes in the area, and a
Yeah.
lot of people have been bitten as well. There was a girl there with us in the briefing. She had been bitten 4 times on 4 occasions. Uh,
In one
there is
race.
no, no, not in one race.
Okay.
Across over the
Across. Okay.
years. Like I said, these people that were coming in, most of them were veterans. They'd been running
Yeah.
ultramarathons 10, 15 years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, of course, anyone would be thinking this, God forbid, of course, this doesn't happen to anyone. But yeah, if something does happen and it gets quite serious, what's the protocol over there? Do you
So we
call
have,
someone?
yeah, so we have a,
First of all, did you even have cellular signals?
at some, in some parts you do. Uh, we had a snake compression band-aid type thing that
What does this do?
this, so let's say you got bitten by in your toe. On top of that, you sort of like wrap it around so the blood doesn't carry through into your heart.
Okay.
And then nobody's died in Australia after 1970s or so. because of a snake bite. We do have anti venom. It's just a matter of how soon you can get to the hospital.